So I'm donning the BMW High Vis today because it is the August long weekend, and the highway is literally full of idiots. People traveling in the left lane, causing all kinds of grief. One of the things I don't like to do is do a whole lot of traveling or touring on the long weekends, simply because that's when the most accidents happen. When you ride a motorcycle, I don't know if it's people who aren't paying attention because they got the kids in the minivan in the back. I try to stay off the major roads on the long weekend and stick to the backcountry, which is where we are here. So the other thing I wanted to do was give you an update on some of the products that I've been working on with the bikes and give you an idea of what happened long term with them. If you remember back last year, I picked up an AGV K6 helmet. That helmet, I use it every day. Love it. I think it's one of the best helmets I've ever owned. So if you're still considering buying one, don't just go buy it. The other thing that I picked up about the same time was a set of REV'IT motorcycle gloves. These REV'IT gloves were brand new, and I am absolutely shocked at how poorly they have held up. In fact, today I'm not even wearing them because basically they're full of holes. I'm wearing an older set of gloves that I have, some 5 gloves, and if you think that I'm really hard on gloves, this is what the REV'IT gloves look like after only a year. These 5 gloves are almost 10 years old now. So I don't know what to tell you. I will probably never buy another REV'IT product again based on the quality of this glove set. And that's unfortunate for sure. So the other update I wanted to make was to the KOSO Apollo 2 grips. These grips I installed earlier this year when the weather was really cold. Wanted to put some heated grips on my VFR 1200. These grips are a disappointment, I guess is the best way to say it. The switch location is brutal. I don't know how you're supposed to function with these. I actually moved the turn signal and horn switch inward on the handlebar. I moved it in about 1 centimeter just to try to give me some additional clearance so I wasn't always hitting that power button for these grips. But again, I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to buy another set. I think that this is a gimmick, this switch that's integrated into the grip. And the other thing that's really disappointing about these KOSO grips is that I find myself looking down at the display to see whether or not the grips are turned on quite frequently, because I accidentally turn them on a lot. So there's a few more products that I'm working on. Right now, I just installed a MOTO.K or MOTO.K seat cover on the VFR. The seat cover came from France, I believe it is. It looks great. It absolutely looks great. Seems to function really well. I hope to bring this to you soon, basically all the details. But I did run into a quality issue installing the seat. So we'll see how they handle this concern that I have. And basically I've had to request a replacement because their seams have let go. So if they don't send me a replacement, I'm not going to be happy about that. And we'll have to look for something else, obviously. Also through the summer, I've been having an opportunity to ride my 6th generation VFR as well as the 7th generation 1200.
It is certainly one of my favorite bikes of all time. Like, I'm not kidding here. This bike just kind of does everything that I ever ask of it.
And I'm going to put this all together for you in a comparison between the 3 generations as well. The VFR 1200 is a bike that I know a lot of you watch the channel for, the maintenance that we've done on it and things like that. I love the bike as far as the power goes. There's a lot of shortcomings I find in the bike. One of them being the suspension system. I can't get this quite dialed in to where I feel comfortable on it. Now that being said, the handling on the bike for a big bike is fantastic. I've been able to tour on this bike and perform some really intricate cornering, and I do like that aspect of the bike. It's a much better bike than, say, the K1300 was. I will say that the bike does lack in a few areas, but we'll talk about those in the review. But so stay tuned for that. So that's the update from Rod Rides and Wrenches. Just remember when you're out traveling this summer that the only person who's looking out for you when you're on the road on your bike is you. So keep an eye out for everybody else around you. And whatever you do, be sure to ride safe.